What's going on, Lakers fans? Welcome into the Lakers Report. My name is Patrick Seatman, and coming up on today's show, it's a big one because JJ Redick did this one lineup change potentially save the Lakers season. Well, we're going to be breaking it down on today's show. Also, stay tuned because we got a big-time update around Anthony Davis that you're not going to want to miss. But before we dive into it, I got a little challenge for you guys. On our last video, we picked up 122 likes. I'm trying to beat it on today's show. If you guys could, go down there, hit that thumbs up button. It's a free, easy way to help us out here at Chat Sports. And plus, this just gets this video out to more and more Lakers fans. So, hey, if you guys want to help us out, hit that thumbs up icon. So what's a change that JJ Redick made? Well, it's his new starting lineup. If you guys notice here, D'Angelo Russell has gone to the bench, and they are rolling out with Austin Reaves, Cam Reddish at the guard spots, LeBron and Rui Hachimura at the forward position, and then obviously the best anchor in the NBA, in my opinion, Anthony Davis, holding down the center spot. And we've already seen, this lineup be incredibly successful. Now, this is the new lineup by the numbers. Their offensive rating at a staggering 124.6, defensive rating 117.6, adds up to a net rating of plus 7.3. And this is the kicker right here. The assist to turnover ratio at 6.0, well, that's the highest through 10 games with 29 minutes played. So again, very limited sample size with this lineup, but we have seen already the production and the success come from this change. And obviously the biggest change here is D'Angelo Russell coming off the bench. Now, he has thrived in this spot. Honestly, I am shocked that the Lakers haven't made this change, with Darvin Ham last year. I thought this was kind of an obvious move because D'Lo, I think he operates the best with the ball in his hands, and obviously playing next to LeBron and AD in that starting lineup, he's not able to, impact the game as much as he could coming off the bench. But the last two games, 26 minutes per game, 16 points, and very efficient as well. That's the kicker with D'Lo, 52% from the field and almost 40% from downtown. And JJ Redick, he talked about D'Angelo Russell. He said this, for D'Lo, I think he starred in the role as well. Big time pop for us off the bench, and a really efficient night for him. He just played really good basketball. But I thought across the board for our group, it was a group win. Now, Russell is the key to this. Like, if D'Angelo Russell can still thrive off the bench, be almost like a six-man of the year nominee, like that would be huge for this Lakers team. Because I think offensively, with that starting group that you have now with Austin Reaves and Cam Reddish, you got enough offensive firepower. But when you're running Reaves and D'Lo in that starting unit, opposing team guards are probably looking at those two as just barbecue chicken. They can get whatever they want. They can beat them off the dribble. That's the number one key in the modern-day NBA. You can't get in rotation. You got to move your feet. And if you just add in Cam Reddish, who also has been pretty damn good defensively this year, I love that change. And, dive into Cam Reddish here a little bit more, as he has been crazy efficient to start off this season. But I'll ask you guys, so far, through about the first 10 games for the Lakers, grade Redick's performance so far as the head coach. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F down in the comments section. If I had to grade it, I'd probably give him a B+ right now. I think he's been pretty damn good. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below. Now, D'Angelo Russell is in a contract year. So this is a massive year for him personally because I think he's kind of got a bad stench around his reputation right now as, most, fans and probably NBA front offices view him as not the most impactful player in terms of winning basketball games. But his contract right now, this is how it sets up. 2023-24 last season, he had a $17.3 million cap hit. This year, that cap hit is at 18.6. So that makes him an unrestricted free agent for next offseason. We know D'Lo, he's going to want to get another big-time contract, hopefully sign around a 3-year, maybe around $80 to $90 million deal. But, if he can thrive off the bench and he can almost use this as an audition for other NBA teams, like I'm sure a contender could look at D'Lo and be like, hey, that could be one of the best six men in the National Basketball Association. Why not bring him in? But we got this from Lakers Nation, great Twitter account if you guys haven't followed them already, saying D'Angelo Russell says he just wants to win and is willing to do whatever is asked from him. He added that he wants to be professional, and he had this quote, left all my baggage at the door, coming into the season. That's awesome. I think mindset is so big, especially with these players. Like, they all have egos. All these professional athletes have an ego. But the fact that D'Lo is kind of be able to put that away and just embrace that bench role, I think is awesome for this Lakers team. But, LeBron also commented on the change to the starting lineup. He says, "It's no secret that our bench has been struggling to find ways to score. And the best way to change that is to put a scorer on the bench," being D'Angelo Russell. He also carried on to say D'Lo came in and gave us a big-time push off the bench, and Cam did a good job of trying to make it tough on PG all night. So it was a compliment that worked on both sides, offensively and defensively, for our ball club. So what does this mean, for the Lakers moving forward? I think D'Angelo Russell gives the Lake Show a much more reliable scorer off the bench and allows him more opportunities to run his own offense because, I think D-Ro thrives in that high pick and roll where he is that primary decision maker where if he can beat his man off the dribble, get to that floater, get to the rim, or pull up from downtown coming off that screen, I think he works better, having the ball in his hands, obviously. But when you're playing with LeBron, you're playing with AD, those opportunities and those chances aren't really going to be there. So, JJ, I'll tip my cap to you. I thought it was a great move. I am shocked that it took this long to do this, but I really think that this will help the Lakers team as a whole and especially get some more scoring off the bench. Is always key throughout a long, long regular season. But coming up next, what this lineup change means for not Anthony Richardson, I almost said AR there, Austin Reaves and Cam Reddish. I'll give you guys my thoughts here in a second. But first, I got to give a massive shout out to today's presenting sponsor. That is PrizePicks. If you guys download the PrizePicks app today, plug in promo code CLNS, you guys will get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Best part is you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. So what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. If you guys want to increase your viewing experience for, any football or basketball game, PrizePicks is the best way to do so. And I'm doing that tonight. Monday Night Football, Dolphins versus Rams. I'm going to take the more on Devon Achane's 58.5 rushing yards. Then we're going to fade James Harden tonight, our Los Angeles rival here. I'm going to take the less on 14.5 rebounds and assists. But whether you guys want to fade those picks or if you want to ride those picks, I suggest you guys ride them. Just make sure you guys do so at PrizePicks. So check them out. Plug in that promo code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to PrizePicks, though, for sponsoring today's show. Run your game. So Jovan Buha, very tapped-in writer for The Athletic, covers the Lakers better than about anybody here. He had this to say about Austin Reaves, saying, "This is now back-to-back games with 20-plus points and 6-plus assists for Austin Reaves. To me, Austin has really been the guy who has benefited from Cam taking on those primary defensive assignments. Redick said post-game that Austin is one of those guys that I can always count on. Redick really trusts him to show up every night, to play hard and compete on both sides of the ball. With Rui taking a step back offensively and with Cam being a much lower usage guy than D'Lo, I think Austin has been the biggest beneficiary from an offensive perspective." And I totally agree with that because, hey, women lie, men lie, but stats don't lie. AR's last 2 games are fantastic. 23.5 points per game and 6.5 assists on incredible efficiency. Like, I love that he is the primary, playmaking guard in this starting role because he's willing to give it up, and obviously once the defense, allows him to get his opportunities, he's going to take full advantage. And, Austin Reaves sneakily having a unbelievable season for the purple and gold here. 18.7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and he's always been very efficient. The fact this man went undrafted is incredible. The Lakers really, bet on the right guy to end up working out in terms of a UDFA. But, Austin Reaves just can't give enough flowers to, how well he has performed, especially over the last 2 games. I think that's something that will continue for the rest of the season. But also got to show some love to Cam Reddish, man. Really been one of the best point of attack defenders for this team over the season. And Cam Reddish also talked about his new opportunity in the Lakers starting lineup. And also this is a guy who has had ups and downs throughout his NBA career. So it's pretty cool to see that he's solidifying himself as potentially a starter in the NBA. This is what Cam had to say. "Every team is different. Every coach is different. I just go out there and do what he tells me to do. In my past life, I was just doing what I want to do. And that doesn't necessarily work all the time. So I just go out there and be a star in my role. I love that. Be a star in my role and do what I can to help the team win, whether that's 1 shot, 5 shots, 10 shots, whatever. I just go out there and try to impact the game. And, if you guys remember, Cam Reddish coming out of high school, he was one of the, biggest recruits in that class was Zion, RJ Barrett. They all went, to Duke, but he was a 3rd-ranked high school recruit in his class. Then he was drafted number 10 overall in 2019, and he's bounced around, man. Like, he was with the Hawks, he was with the Knicks, he was with the Portland Trailblazers, and now he's with the Lakers. But, Cam, I bet you his whole life, he probably thought, I'm going to be the next Paul George. Like, his game really reminds me of that when he's clicking on all cylinders. But I think the coolest part of his game is just his self-awareness, saying, hey, I'm playing next to LeBron, AD, Austin Reaves. I don't need to be the guy that's taking 15, 20 shots a game. I can find different ways to impact the game, and I'll never forget. I had a high school coach tell me, as I was a pretty typical like just white boy shooter who would just sit in the corner. Like, he would tell me, how do you impact the game when your shots aren't falling? I think Cam Reddish is taking a page out of that book a little bit, and even though the stats aren't going to blow you away, but like 6 points a game, almost 4 rebounds in just 12 minutes a night, like, it's an incredible accomplishment for Cam Reddish, and the efficiency through the roof, man. I mean, these numbers are real. Like, I thought these were fake when we were getting in the studio, but hey, almost 70% from the deck and almost 70% from downtown. Shout out to Cam Reddish for that. But, why does this work? Like, I think Reddish, obviously him embracing a defense-first approach is huge. And I think having a guy like that next to Austin Reaves really opens up Reaves' game, because then you don't ask Reaves to go guard the best guard on the other team. He can focus most of his attention to the offensive side of the floor. And, with LeBron being a little older, not having that same first step, I'm sure LeBron wants to take a step back defensively as well. And adding a guy like Cam Reddish, that is a huge key, to success for the Lakers for the rest of the season. But be honest with me. Do you believe these changes will have sustained success? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down below in the comment section. Curious to see what you Lakers fans have to say. Now, Dave McMenamin had this tweeted this out, aggregating what JJ Redick had to say about Anthony Davis, saying he was having trouble seeing. He didn't have an update on Davis's left eye injury beyond that, but apparently it's all good. This was also tweeted out by McMenamin, saying sources told ESPN that the Lakers' big man Anthony Davis experienced swelling as a result of contact by Jakob Poeltl, making it difficult to keep his left eye open. Davis will have the eye examined by, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, on Monday. Sources told ESPN this was all precautionary. So, that's big. Obviously, not having Anthony Davis this whole Lakers season would crumble, but he also did have the same issue in his left eye last season. So, pretty weird that he gets poked in the eye back-to-back seasons and it results in injury. I wonder if we'll see a little face mask Anthony Davis. That could be a deadly player as well. But, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Hopefully AD's back out there in a couple games. So, just want to get you guys the news on that injury front there. But if you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon on your way out. If you guys want more Lakers videos here, my man Colin Brown is, working his ass off to get you guys more videos. So if you guys want more, hit that thumbs up icon, send them a message, send our bosses a message as well that Lakers fans want more videos. And we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Lakers.